Guess who found a potential accomplice in the Dubrillian aristocracy? Feast your eyes on this hollow-embossed, genuine flimsiplast invitation. See that fancy Arabesh lettering? Hand-drawn, in ink, classy. Count Merritt Reneld requests the favor of your presence at a discreet location in the Galactic Senate Tower on Coruscant at a time of your choosing.
Coruscant? Why not Dubrillian?
Coruscant is neutral ground. Meeting at the Senate Tower? That's a gesture of respect. Count Reneld is one of the most popular nobles on Dubrillian. He's also secretly organizing a rebellion against the king. His invitation is addressed to Risha Drayan, royal heir to the Drayan dynasty. He's taking me very seriously.
The Count sounds like the kind of accomplice you need to overthrow the king.
I'm contacting him by holo to arrange our meeting. Wanted you here to help me get a read on him. Opening a channel. Whoa.
This is a tremendous moment, your royal heiress. I grew up hearing tales of the Drayan dynasty, the great battles your ancestors fought. I never believed I'd meet a member of that proud bloodline in person. You have my deepest sympathies for your family's exile.
We don't have all day. Stop sucking up and get to the point.
You must be the starship captain who recovered the crown of Dubrillian. My world is in your debt.
The king wants that crown, and my head. He won't be happy if he finds out we're talking.
The man has lost all reason. He must be removed from power, but in a way that spares our world a bloody civil war. I believe the common people and aristocracy alike would embrace the Drayan dynasty heir, especially if she wears the crown of Dubrillian.
Nothing is ever that easy. Skip to the part where our lives get complicated.
It will not be enough to dethrone the king. He must be replaced by someone that people view as one of their own. Right now, you are an outsider. The only way to change that is to marry someone from the existing aristocracy.
Get married? To who?
Well, the only available suitor is... Great stars, this is awkward. I am offering myself in marriage to you.
You sound a little nervous, Count. Is your heart really in this?
Forgive my hesitance. I only feared insulting the lady with my abruptness. The circumstances are far from ideal. I understand my proposal is abrupt, but I wished to make my intentions clear and not waste your valuable time. I certainly don't expect an immediate response. All I ask is that you consider this for the good of Dubrillian.
That'll be easier to do once we've met in person. I'm on my way to Coruscant. See you there, Count. Well, that wasn't awkward at all.
That was the worst blind date ever. You've known this guy all of 2 minutes and he proposes marriage? Crazy.
This isn't romance, it's just politics. Under the circumstances, I should probably take this meeting alone. Be back soon, Captain. Never talked to a complete stranger for that long before. Count Reneld gives to charities, builds orphanages, creates wildlife preserves, and those are just his hobbies. You ever consider we've been wasting our lives?
Somebody's got a crush on Count Nice Guy.
He is nice, but I'm not rushing into anything. I told the Count I needed time to think about his proposal. That'll give me a chance to run a deep background check. If this guy is as good as he seems, he just might help me overthrow the king without getting married.
I have learned more about the scum who betrayed my clan. Tiari Rook claims he has earned the title Mandalorian. But I heard nothing of him passing the trials of strength and courage required to join a clan.
What does it take to be adopted as a Mandalorian?
It is up to each clan. We do not care much for central authority. But no one would accept a new brother who had not shown his worth. I have called myself Mandalorian since I left my mother's side at age 3 to begin training. It is not easy to put that behind me.
Do you want to go back? Live as a Mandalorian again?
My father's training will always be part of me. I had a jetpack and blaster before I ever had a friend. You may be my first.
They should make every Jedi kid spend time in a war zone. When you see what real Sith are like, it makes my blood run cold. And don't make any fish jokes there. I'm serious. It makes you see why the Jedi make such a big deal about not giving in to the dark side.
Thinking about going back?
I am. But right now, I'm in your crew, and I can't ask for anything better. But Master Lauren was right. The road to the dark side starts with things we all feel. Jealousy, greed. They're all the seeds of it. I'd rather spend the rest of my life meditating on a cold rock than turn into that.
I don't know. You were doing pretty well with the rage thing.
Count Renald is a man of his word. He sends me daily updates about his rebellion's progress. Incredibly sweet, beautifully written updates. I knew taking Debrillion's throne would be a challenge, but this is getting complicated. Merritt's every bit the man he appears to be. Even the dirt I've dug up on him turned out clean.
I can't wait to hear what skeletons are rattling around his royal closet.
He stole the crown jewels when he was 5, got a slap on the wrist, and he's been clean ever since. Seriously. Nothing about this guy triggers warning bells. When it comes to husbands, I could do a lot worse. I'll stop bothering you. I needed to talk, and you're the only person who understands me.
I'm always here if you need me.
I'm sure there's trouble somewhere with our name on it. What do you say we go take all its credits?
I do not presume to question your choice of crewmates, but I am curious. Why allow yourself to be surrounded by the weak? Only the Wookiee displays any strength of character. He understands honor. The rest are petty criminals.
Cut the farm boy some slack. He's good in a fight. He even has a conscience.
He is too weak of spirit to make hard choices. He will hesitate and fail you. One thing a Mandalorian never has to question is a clanmate's honor. I could always count on the strength of my fellow warriors. I always sleep lightly aboard your ship.
I was prepared for almost anything if it meant becoming queen. Foiling assassination attempts, fighting wars, bunking on this ship for years. Just kidding. Marrying the Count was never part of the plan. Can I really do that?
Never back yourself into a corner, I always say. The Count seems nice right now, but someday he'll be fat and old.
The medtechs on Dubrillion can work miracles. I've seen 80-year-olds passing for 20. That's what I plan to do. Ugh. I hadn't even thought about producing heirs. Not that he wouldn't be a great father. This conversation's officially given me a headache. Let's go do something outrageous.
You for hire? The Republic needs every gun that's willing. Corellia's under Imperial control. Every squad, soldier, and CO in the galaxy is fighting to get her back. We thought the Empire had taken the planet by force. Turns out, they had the Corellian Council's blessing.
I can't see the average Corellian agreeing to that.
The people of Corellia made the first strikes against the Empire. Unfortunately, they didn't do much damage. The Empire's taken over factories, shipyards, even local transport. The transport blockades become the most urgent problem. The Republic's got allies all over Corellia. But without access to the rocket tram system, most of the Republic army is stuck here.
You need someone skilled to regain access, I take it.
We've got our hands full just holding this spaceport. It's the only pipeline to Corellia we have left. Corellia is a core world, a major industrial hub, and one of the founding members of the Republic. If we fall here, it might be for good. General Aves knows more about the trans system situation. He wants to see anyone willing to help.
Sounds like the tram's the only way out. I don't much like being stranded.
I'm sure the soldiers we're cut off from don't much like it either. General Aves has a command bunker here in the spaceport. I'll tell him to expect you.
General Aves, I was told you could use some help.
Captain, more than one officer has told me you can get things done. Corporal Hartke explained we've lost access to the rocket trams, but he wasn't clear to know why. The Empire's gotten their hands on some modified neutron emitters. They're using them to wipe out anyone on board the trams.
Are the Imperials attacking Corellian passengers too?
Unfortunately, yes. But it hasn't stopped them from trying to escape to the more war-torn areas. The Republic has allies all over Corellia, but they're no help if we can't reach them. We've got to find those neutron emitters. We've received word that Corsac may have intel on the neutron emitters' location. They've carved out a safe haven in the red light sector.
What does Corsac stand for?
Corellian Security Force. Local law enforcement and our primary allies against the Empire. Without trams, the only way to reach the red light sector is on foot, and Imperial shock troops control what's in between. If you attack the Empire's supply camps, the shock troops will be distracted. My escort will move to meet up with Corsac as fast as we can.
I'll make a big mess for the Imperials to clean up.
We don't have time for hotshots. Get their attention and get out. Once you reach the red light sector, meet me in the Gilded Descent. It's an old casino turned Corsac fortress. I'll let Corsac know we're coming. We'll be right behind you. Welcome to the Gilded Descent. Corsac had the intel on the neutron emitters ready and waiting for us. The emitters are at Coronet Shipping. They're a major distributor of starship parts and weapons. The place is built like a fortress. Unfortunately, the Empire's using it as shock troop headquarters. That makes a straight assault impossible. Too many defenses.
You've got a brilliant plan, right?
Nearly every place on Corellia has a back door. Corsac thinks some of the Solonian tunnels run right under Coronet Shipping. The Solonians haven't dealt much with the Republic, so I sent a Corellian to do the negotiating. He should have been back by now.
I've never heard of the Solonians.
One of Corellia's native species. They were tunnel dwellers, until the Empire cut off their supplies.
Sir, Imperials attacked the rendezvous point. Captain Kantaris and the Solonian have been captured.
Someone tipped off the Imperials. Do we know where they're being held?
There's a captured Corsac station nearby. It would have the cell blocks and fortifications they'd need.
Corsac needs to keep the red light sector secure. You've got to free Captain Kantaris and his Solonian contact.
I'll take care of that.
These Corsac stations have room for plenty more prisoners. Help them if you can. But Kantaris and his contact are your primary concern. I'll put Corsac on alert, and tell my scouts to watch for any sign of them. Get going.
במוסם מקדם ביות שהוא ביקע בארץ. אלדני זה צ'וצ'קה פרוסטבין האונדלברה משקמתי.
You know where a man named Correo might have fled to?
יתי האך בנה את סוש בניה הסלאולום.
No doubt the usual sort of business. My assistant, Hereda, of the Drawl. Seemed the war didn't heed our wish, Captain, though Shars made it back alive and whole. I trust you're here with Senator Dodonna. She arrived days ago and has been overhauling our strategy against the Empire.
Stop her. She's selling the Republic to the Voidwolf so she can become supreme dictator of her own little world.
That's quite an accusation, considering Dodonna's word is your only source of credibility in the Republic. Do you have proof? The Senate will require evidence.
I watched a recording of her and Darmus plotting to betray the Republic.
Darmus Polarin? His relationship with Dodonna has been the top scandal on Coruscant. Freda, check our records. Darmus Polarin's a known criminal. Does the SIS list any aliases or safe houses he's used on Corellia?
אחיב את בושו אל הארץ אחר יצאת משום.
You think I'll stumble over Darmus just sitting at home?
It's a place to start. Maybe you'll find out what his plans are or where he is now. If you find anything useful, I'm waiting on the link.
Chanusna, Asubwi mota uipa, muja job chalka. Se gota do muti kihasa da puño, lis di woto.
Rumor is you brought down a Hutt's business empire in one sabak game. Took everything he had, right down to his back scratcher.
Umpa hupa, chiquilia umpasa do biska. Kabanotase makipuna, malituta odmishka. Okpagthra wanawaga mi punawa duetwipe.
You're not what I'd call a neutral party in this.
Kunhuka taba tata kipuna. Chikos pa inikudad ijigliska chanagawa.
Darmus, this is Nevis Kid. Those blasted Imperials are getting closer. We're ready to risk your plan. Meet us by the Pirates' Hall Cantina. Every true Corellian patriot will be there. We'll blow open Supply Tunnel 26 and come up right in the middle of the Imperial forces. We'll hit those leeches where it hurts. The Council won't sell Corellia out from under her native sons.
Darmus seems to have hooked up with some rebel leader named Nevis Kit. They're trying to blow open Supply Tunnel 26.
Darmus ingratiated himself quickly then. Nevis Kit used to be a captain in Corsec, the Corellian police force. Now he leads our fiercest squadron of guerrilla defenders.
Why is this tunnel so important?
We need to keep that tunnel sealed. The red light sector's one of our only safe zones.
Let's show these Corellians the true face of Darmus Paulerin.
If Darmus has the trust of Corellia's defenders, he can do great damage. Go now and stop Nevis Kit from carrying out this mad plan before the Imperials overrun us. And bring Darmus back alive. His testimony is worth far more than his head.
Take care of yourself.
Yobana Pihota, Mindia?
I'm the cavalry. Let's get you out of this mess.
Weg, imatakamu, nakise.
Doti puna puna, manchika pugnoni snimo.
Uklu mafutal, tamlu home tauluzu tu.
It's all part of the service.
Tu ar ozun mul pelutar partabaza.
Oka kiza spida parupa. Gadwa shiniko higatanoya.
Paul Cantaris? General Abe sent me to get you out of here.
Just in time, too. I didn't like the looks of those Imperial interrogators. This is Goss, head of the local Solonian Sept. She can get us inside Coronet shipping.
Sus mi pado gestel en ektex.
Has something happened to the Solonians?
Tanche one anyage. Gopekas na gitsen. Kai oglap ampenke sup ex at saans.
You really think the Empire wouldn't have done that anyway?
Yun na dyan, my pa. Kaks jasas. Oaks tam. Kai aksawaski exatrans.
Will you two be all right from here?
Place looks pretty cleared out. Goss and I will get back to the red light sector and meet up with General Aves. The Imperials will hit the Solonians hard once they discover our escape. You better move fast.
exod iseg ex atinigan.
We were starting to wonder if you'd make it back. Glad you didn't bring the Empire with you.
The Solonians made it to the red light sector. The Imperials were too scattered by your attack to stop them.
Goss is helping her sept settle in. I didn't thank you properly earlier.
Do we have access to the Solonian tunnels?
Your actions gained you more than one ally. Goss had her people confirm the Solonian tunnels ran underneath Coronet shipping. The Solonians were forced out of the tunnels by the Empire. But plenty of Predators moved in afterwards. You'll have to be careful.
It'll take more than a dumb critter to kill me.
As long as you're down there, you could clear some of those Predators out. The Solonians would like their homes back someday.
The tunnels will bypass the shock troops, but their commander, Captain Granta, will be inside. Don't underestimate him.
Imperials usually underestimate me.
If Captain Granta loses a battle, he just starts another one. Don't give him that chance.
You'll find the neutron emitters outside, somewhere with a clear shot at the tram system. This spike should override any Imperial security. The neutron emitters will interfere with portable comm transmissions. Once you're inside, contact me through Coronet Shipping's system.
Patoga wata kiko uba kiri wata buki donko. Chonki faguta jiho poda ji oto vokise.
How about a little something extra for all my hard work?
Piti do tenya go kakajujo, da biska ku paliya. Che chopa kuma ni umpi put malia bedwana ni bobo.
Corellia will not fall. When we blow this tunnel, we'll pour down on the Empire like an erupting volcano. The Imperial traitor. Shall we bow to the Void Wolf with her? Or teach her what real Corellians do?
Traitor! You're dead. Nobody turns against Corellia.
Why does everyone always believe the worst of me?
Because so often it's true. I already told them how you stole Bamoran weapons and White Mark cloaking technology for the Void Wolf. Many of them were quite offended by such behavior from someone on a senator's payroll.
String her up!
He's the one who tricked me into helping the Empire, just like he's trying to trick you.
You think they'll believe you were blind enough to serve the Void Wolf for so long without question? Balmora, Hoth, Voss, Belsavus. I can't think of anyone who's helped him more. Either I'm a greater mastermind than anyone would credit, or you are seriously dumber than you look.
The Void Wolf has agents everywhere, even the Senate. We have to stop him, starting right here.
What does the Senate have to do with Corellia? This is our planet. Our fight.
Who here knows this man? Is he a true son of Corellia? Who vouches for him?
I've never seen him before.
We've
been tricked. Here, help us hold the tunnel. Don't let the Empire in.
Code 11? Code 11, I'm under attack. Send backup.
Zarmus betrayed us! We're lost!
Rakiak Niakam Akam.
Looks as if you did need some additional support.
Darmus got away. He's fled back to his Imperial masters. Nevis Kit, Corsac. Sorry about that misunderstanding. These aren't Imperial droids. They're local models. Counselor Kaikos' factory.
Kaikos was one of the counselors who opened the doors to the Empire. Imperial troops are using his factory as a field hospital.
If they're turning our droids against us, why hasn't the Republic cut them off?
We've been trying to blow through the Kaikos factory. They've got it surrounded like you wouldn't believe. We planted a doctor on the inside, but he hasn't found any weakness in their defense.
There's gotta be an access point. Sewage pipe? Medical waste shipment?
It's soldiers out and casualties back in. Nothing else with a heartbeat.
But if we convince them they're under attack, enough to send all their forces out at once. If you draw them out with staged attacks at multiple locations, we can keep them occupied with hit-and-run tactics. There's minimal risk.
Then our doctor can sneak you into the factory to find Darmus.
You want me to target specific locations, or should I just wander around taking potshots?
I'll mark the locations where you need to stage attacks. Once you draw enough Imperial troops out of the factory, you can go in and find Darmus.
Our men will hold their attention while you rendezvous with Dr. Shibata. I'll tell him to meet you at the triage station. He can sneak you in along with the Imperial wounded.
Enough Corellians are fighting with the Empire that you shouldn't draw immediate attention. Call me when you reach Darmus Polarin.
Congratulations. You're inside. Did you give any thought to what might happen next? Coronet shipping is under my command. You may have beaten our defenses, but you won't get past my men.
I've beaten shock troops all over Corellia. How are these men any different?
They were hand-picked by their commander, and he'll be leading them against you. Outside, the tunnels were your escape route. In here, you have nowhere to run. Destroying the neutron emitters will get you nowhere. We have other ways of keeping the Republic under control.
This is about to get real ugly for you.
Orders, sir.
Show the Republic how the Empire handles its enemies.
I just need to contact General Aves for instructions. Captain Granta is dead, General. We're ready to shut down the neutron emitters.
Cancel that. Imperial troops are boarding the rocket trams, trying to cripple us before we can move out. If the Imperials hit us hard enough, we'll have no one left to send. We have to use the neutron emitters to wipe them out.
We can't kill innocent people just for a quick victory.
Then we'll have to defeat them the old-fashioned way. Let's hope winning the battle doesn't cost us the war.
You
made it out. We've been busy. Coronet shipping's still a mess. But the rocket trams are up and running.
There were over 24 civilians on those trams. Thanks to you, a lot of them are already off-world.
I'd be happier if any of them had stayed to help. We've lost supplies and men all over this sector.
I made my choice. The Republic will have to make do.
What's important is we have access to the rocket tram. We're already moving troops and supplies to Republic holdouts across Corellia. But the Empire's not making it easy. Once our reinforcements move from the rocket tram to the ground transport, they disappear.
We're not sure how the Empire's catching them, but someone contacted us who thinks he does. Councilor Belos, of the same Corellian council that voted to join the Empire.
That was a mistake. The Republic's trying to free Corellia. I want to help.
You're lucky the Republic even answered your comm call.
I want to see Corellia restored. Only the Republic can do that.
Empire hasn't kept the peace on Corellia like you hoped?
I'm not asking for forgiveness. But your reinforcements will never get through Labor Valley without my help. Your men disappear once they move to speeders. The Empire's using prototype droids that can bring down any short-range vehicle.
Where did the Empire find this technology?
Not found. Developed. They've rounded up the best scientists and technicians on Corellia and put them to work. My assistant, Dina Behar, has been researching the droids. I've instructed her to meet you in Labor Valley. Can she expect you?
We'll take whatever information your assistant can offer.
I should get back before I'm missed. If I learn anything else that might help, I'll contact you.
If this is a trap, we'll find out soon enough. Take the rocket tram to Labor Valley and find this Dina Behar. We need to stop those droids.
Dina Behar, I was told you had some information for me?
I've been expecting you, Captain. We might not have another chance, so listen closely. You already know the Empire's droids are in a secure laboratory. Its toughest defenses are the prison-grade vault doors. The doors can resist any kind of unauthorized entry, except in an emergency. You'll need disaster relief droids to get inside.
What exactly do you do for Councilor Belos again?
Councilor Belos is a busy man. I keep him informed on many issues. The Baharan Droid Factory specializes in disaster relief droids. They're here in Labor Valley, but they've been closed since the Empire arrived. The Empire shipped out Baharan's inventory before shutting down the factory. You'll need to get it up and running if you want those droids.
How do I reactivate an entire factory?
You'll need to restore power by reactivating the factory's off-site generators first, and then start up the assembly line. There are some risks involved. The generators are located in Hellfire, and rebooting the assembly line will activate any unfinished droids.
What state are these droids actually in?
The droids are missing safety protocols and loyalty programming. They'll fire on you unless they're destroyed. Once the assembly line's moving, the factory has to be reconnected to the supply grid. The machines will get their parts, you'll get your droids, and the droids will get you inside the Empire's lab.
Got it. Don't even need to write it down.
Once you've hooked up the supply grid, contact me through the factory comm system. That should let me verify that everything's working. Until then, it's best if we don't speak. Good luck.
Calling as instructed, Dina. The Baharan Droid Factory is up and running.
Perfect. Your disaster relief droids should be ready. You can use the remotes to control them. I'm impressed. It would have taken the workers weeks to reopen the factory.
You gave the instructions. I just followed them.
You'd be surprised how many men find that difficult. The droids will get you inside the lab, but the Empire's gotten their hands on Dannison Varric, one of the best scientists on Corellia. The prototype droids are Varric's work, as are the lab's security systems, the deadliest in the galaxy.
Is there any way around Varric's security?
The disaster relief droids are built to outlast security systems. Using them might save your life. Once you're inside the lab, find the testing grounds. Varric, his team, and the Empire's droids should all be there. Destroy the droids and the Republic's supply runs will make it through Labor Valley. Councilor Belos guarantees it.
Thanks for the assist.
Councilor Belos helped you. I'm just his assistant. Comm General Aves as soon as you have control. Use the lab comm system. The Empire's monitoring Republic frequencies. I should return to my work for the Councilor. It was a pleasure.
Are you insane? What kind of degenerate attacks a laboratory? Those doors were pure Durasteel, at least 5 layers thick. How did you even get inside?
Disaster relief droids don't care how thick your doors are.
Of course. I should have accounted for that. Oh, the Republic troops, yeah. A terrible business. I can assure you, my droids are not responsible. They're equipped for combat, but only for defensive purposes. There's no need to destroy them.
You might want to recheck your facts.
I don't know what you're talking about. I won't argue with an armed intruder. Just give me a moment to make the proper adjustments. These droids are my greatest work. I can't allow you to destroy them. I'm sorry. Those droids could destroy speeders mid-flight. They were tested against the Empire's strongest men. Yes, the droids were made for the Empire. I supported the Council's decision. I'm not ashamed. The Republic's falling, and they expect brilliant men like me to go down with her. I won't do it.
And people say I'm overconfident.
Until you showed up, my droids were indestructible. I don't expect you to understand. Things being what they are, I'm the one who has to adapt. If the Republic is Corellia's future, I'm willing to look past my political views. You've seen my designs in action. I could create similar things for the Republic, if they'll have me.
If you're willing, the Republic could use your skills.
I'll let my staff know. Thank you for this chance. The Republic may be smarter than I thought.
General Aves, the Empire's droids have been destroyed.
The General's a little busy right now, so you get me. Corsac will be there to deal with Dennis and Varric soon. I wasn't expecting the Councilor's information to check out. For your sake, I'm glad it did.
Where does the Republic go from here?
With Labor Valley under control, the Republic set their sights on Axial Park. The Empire's launched a major offensive to keep us out. Armies, walkers, trenches, they're already calling it the Battle of Axial Park. General Aves needs all the help he can get.
What's Axial Park?
The greenest and most symbolic spot in Coronet City. You can find monuments and museums to every galactic conflict there. Axial Park is just a tram ride away from Capitol Square. We win this battle, and the Empire's cornered. Head to Axial Park and check in with the General. He'll tell you what to do.
Dr. Shibata?
Ah, yes, the new patient. I was told to expect a captain with a serious leg injury.
Nevis Kit said you need to get inside. The only way in is on a stretcher.
With the rest of the casualties.
You could have hit something important. Aim for the foot.
It's got to be enough that the Imperial commanders won't tell you to wrap it and keep fighting. Now get on the stretcher. We can fix the leg inside. There. I've used a med pack on you. You should be fine. And you've got your choice of analgesics to steal if there's any lingering aches.
You'll understand if I'm not brimming with gratitude.
Wouldn't hurt you to pretend. Nevis Kit said you're looking for that double agent, Darmus something. Last I heard, he was in the surgical wing. Now, I better get back out there before anybody misses me.
Once the docs change my face, I'll be dropping out of sight. I'm no good to the Empire if that idiot captain's got the whole Republic chasing me.
I can take your place with the Void Wolf. Anything he needs.
Your face is known too, Kaikos. A Corellian counselor isn't much use in bringing in underworld allies.
I brought him Corellia.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Soon-to-be hunted down by his own constituents.
You just don't give up, do you, Captain?
Is that... Alert! Alert! Break in at the factory! Send backup, now!
Don't kill me.
You work for the Empire. You deserve what you get.
No, please.
You caught me again. Too bad. Just as I was choosing the perfect face to win your heart this time. But I guess I'll have to kill you instead. Enough! I should have settled this with Sabak. So, Captain, what will it take for me to walk out of here? I know you always have your price.
Not this time, Darmus. We're past bargaining.
It's Dodonna you want. The Republic doesn't care about a spy in its cantinas. But the Senate. Spare me, and I'll give you my whole dossier on Dodonna. Everything from the day I recruited her. It was easy, you know? One offer of the power she wouldn't have to share with 1,000 scrabbling senators. She couldn't wait to sign up.
Nothing makes up for the way you used me. Darmus is dead. I have his file on Dodonna.
I'm going to preserve our good working relationship by assuming he shot first. This line is secure. Transmit anything he gave you. I'll send back the coordinates for one of our safe houses. Make sure no one is following. Then meet me there. I don't know what the Republic would do without you. Captain, that dossier was incredible. Or all too credible, perhaps. Unfortunately, Dodonna got wind of the arrest. She's fled to the Void Wolf.
No time to waste. Where's she heading?
We've traced her to the Museum of Alien History, which the Imperials are using as a POW camp. High Command doesn't want to go any further. It's ironic that it took Dodonna's patronage to turn your loyalties to the Republic. Can I count on you now? Part of the Solonian tunnel network runs under the museum. You're the only one who might be able to sneak in and find Dodonna.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to ask me to lead an assault.
We don't have the troops to assault the museum directly. Anyway, isn't this more your style? Kursky!
Once
we're in, it's not abandoned anymore.
Captain, this is Kursky. She's going to help you get into the museum. Done. The captain loves blasting.
You! I assume you're here to laugh? To mock my naivete? You can't have come to kill me. The universe isn't that merciful.
You're wrong. I'm here to kill you.
Then do it! How can it get any worse? I sacrificed everything for a promise that doesn't matter. After everything I did for him, he sent me here. Get me out of here and I will help you destroy him. I want to see the Void Wolf dead. I want to see him begging.
I hope you've got something to offer me.
I know his plans. He's been assembling a massive pirate fleet, completely independent of the Imperial Navy. He's gonna strike our main shipyards. Get me out of here and I'll give you all my files, everything.
I can't offer you mercy, Dodonna. Only the Republic can do that.
They're letting you represent them, right? Tell them this deal is worth my freedom. Here, the files of all my communications with the Void Wolf. Everything the Republic needs to know. Whatever you decide, make sure they get this.
You chose the Void Wolf. Did you really think I'd let you live?
Better dead than an Imperial slave. But I'm not the real target. Take down the Void Wolf for what he did to both of us. Counselor Kaikos can get you to his ship. Now end it. I would do the same.
The Void Wolf has his own fleet, and he's going after Republic shipyards.
How did you... You found Adana. Did she give you anything? I need recordings, written communications. Wait, is this Dodonna and the Void Wolf talking? We're still recovering from Coruscant. If the Void Wolf strikes our shipyards, it'll cripple the Navy. They could invade the core worlds. You need to find out where the Void Wolf is, now.
Any idea where a certain corrupt Corellian counselor may be hiding?
Ah, yes. It seems from your transmission that Counselor Kaikos is one of the few people who has in-person contact with the Void Wolf. You should be able to get coordinates for the Void Wolf's flagship from him. Maybe even piggyback onto the next rendezvous they've planned.
If Kaikos tries to get between me and the Void Wolf, he's going down too.
The SIS has files on the entire Corellian Council. I can send you the address and security specs for Kaikos' residence. But he was paranoid, even before the war. The entire perimeter of his estate is lined with cameras and sensors. You'll have to destroy them all to get in unnoticed.
You're in luck. That's my specialty.
Once you're past the perimeter, every entrance is equipped with neural scanners that only admit certain brainwave signatures. If you're not with someone authorized, the house will fry you.
You've been full of surprising ideas. Got any for this one?
Perhaps you could gently persuade one of his guards to accompany you. Any further discussion might leave me ethically compromised. Good luck, Captain. Call me before you take on the Void Wolf. That's not something you should do alone.
Checking in, General Aves. Captain Kantara said you needed me.
If we need you anywhere on Corellia, it's here. We're getting close, and the Imperials know it. We've been on the march since the blockade ended. When we reached Axial Park, the Empire was waiting. Axial Park is the gateway to Capitol Square, and a monument to Republic history. Failure isn't an option here.
No worries, General. Failure isn't even in my vocabulary.
I had a feeling it wasn't. Or that you wouldn't admit to it. Every time we gain some ground, our troops get ambushed. Between the Special Forces and the Imperial Army, my men are overwhelmed. We're about to start a major offensive into Imperial territory. I need someone on the battlefield dealing with these ambushes as they appear.
Whatever the Empire throws at me, I can handle it.
I believe it. We've got to secure the ground we have. Our engineers are creating a perimeter of trenches around the command center. The engineers have armed escorts, but the Empire's hit them hard. They'll need your protection until the trenches are stabilized.
Tell your men to get working. I'll keep the Empire busy.
Move fast, and take them down hard. There's too much at stake for games. I've got my scouts working to find Special Forces before they strike. As reports come in, I'll contact you with your next objective. Make sure you're prepared before you head out. There's no time to rest on the battlefield.
I've reached the rendezvous point, General Aves.
Good work. The Republic's taking care of what's left of the Empire's Special Forces. Those commanders you ran into were Imperial Guard, the most elite fighting force in the galaxy. If the Imperial Guard has landed in force on Corellia, this battle's nowhere close to over. We've got to get past them first.
If more come, they'll get what the others got.
You saw the chaos just a few guardsmen caused. Imagine what an army of them could do. We've got to find the Imperial Guard before they find us. Tracing their dispatch orders will be our best bet. The Imperial Command Center's not far from here. Use the spike to take control. Our techs will scan for any orders related to the Imperial Guard.
Got it. Don't even need to write it down.
The Empire's jammed our portable comm frequencies. Use their comm station to contact me once you've spiked their systems. The command center is the Empire's last holdout in Axial Park. Get inside and find out what they're planning.
The spike's in, General. You should have access to the Empire systems.
Our techs are hacked in and ready. Now let's see where the Imperial Guard's been hiding. Imperial Guard orders are being transmitted from the Museum Republica. Looks like they want to hit us where it hurts. That rules out aerial bombardment, or a major assault. One stray grenade could destroy centuries of history.
Is there any way to get the Imperial Guard into the open?
No chance. They've got a good position, and they know it. These dispatch orders come from Commander Traitors, head of the Imperial Guard. Commander's the one with the battle plan. If something happened to him, it would take time for the Imperial Guard to adjust.
Have you faced Commander Traitors before?
He's ruthless. Officers have surrendered rather than face him. If the commander's smart, he'll post a few men at the door and hide the rest in a museum. Move fast and stay sharp. The Museum Republica's collection dates back to the founding. Spare anything you can from the crossfire.
This stuff wouldn't be worth any creds, would it?
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Get inside the museum and find the commander. I'll send reinforcements as soon as I can.
You must be Commander Traitors.
And you're the reason half my guardsmen aren't responding. I've been waiting a long time for you to reach us. The Republic must be doing well.
You don't seem too concerned.
Why should I be? The Empire's fate in Axial Park is in no way tied to mine. The Imperial Guard has no interest in Corellia or the Republic's claim. Our men in the field were sent to challenge you. The Emperor is aware of your presence. Your interference can no longer be allowed.
Glad to hear I've made an impression.
You've come farther than anyone expected, but I'm afraid your luck's run out. Those who challenge the Imperial Guard challenge the Emperor himself. Countless worlds, countless armies. To fall here? We are an extension of the Emperor's power. He cannot be defeated. I cannot be defeated!
You could be dead and defeated.
You have no idea which is worse, do you? I swore an oath of loyalty to the Emperor. To break it is unforgivable. My mistakes cannot go unpunished. Kill me.
You had this coming. Your honor has nothing to do with it.
I embrace it nonetheless.
Yes, sir. I'll relay the message. General Aves apologizes for our timing, but it looks like we weren't needed. We'll secure the museum. The General requests that you meet him back at the command bunker ASAP.
You've arrived just in time to witness the final troop deployment into Axial Park. The Empire's making a last stand. It might get messy, but we can hold our ground. I must have called my men at least 3 times to verify Commander Traitors' death.
It's so hard to be humble, knowing how great I am.
I wouldn't have sent you in there if I didn't think you could make it out. With Axial Park under control, Capitol Square is just a tram ride away. We've already started planning our offensive. The legislature will be our primary target. The Empire's turned it into a fortress. It'll take more than firepower to get inside.
Councillor Balos might know a few shortcuts.
The Councilor's risked his neck for us already. We contact him now. He might lose it altogether. Cole Kantaris is familiar with the legislature's security from his days in the Council Guard. He'll be our best starting point. You'll find Captain Kantaris in the Council Guardhouse in Capitol Square. He should be able to brief you.
Let Kantaris know I'm on my way.
I'll get back to troop deployment. When we know our next move, my men will be ready.